My name is Killian Fitzgerald. I'm from Limerick City. I'm an entertainer, performer, and performing arts creator. It all started at the age of 7 when my mother took me to see a pantomime, and that was Robinson Crusoe. So at the early age of 8 years old, I enjoyed seeing everyone on stage, and I attended performing arts school in Limerick. So my family were kind of definitely convinced that I did want to become an actor from being so kind of bubbly and performing all the time at home. In theatre, it all began at the age of 8 in Limerick City. I went to Expressive Arts Theatre School. I joined Limerick Panto Society. I was involved in the Sicilian Musical Society, Limerick Musical Society, Limerick Youth Theatre, and I also attended the Limerick School of Music for singing lessons. To prepare myself and to become an actor, I went to Inchicore College in Dublin, and I spent 3 years where I learned a big mix of theatre, from being on stage and behind stage, in directing, becoming the character actor and a musical theatre performer. At the moment, for projects, every week I'm getting auditions and I'm doing self-tapes for mini commercials, social media commercials, and through my agent applying for so many opportunities in theatre and also on screen as well. Theatre for me is a platform to express myself, to be free, to explore, to create a journey, or to live a different kind of lifestyle, to learn, step into other people's shoes. The training is a big, massive help. Everyone is an actor in a way, like, you know, we all have different stories, we've all lived different lives, so putting that from page to screen or stage, the training is a big, massive help. For me personally, growing up, it was all singing, dancing and acting, but my 3 years in Dublin was really more focused on the acting, so I came out of training like a completely different person, understanding more into my acting side. So definitely the training would kind of get rid of old habits and make new, better habits, becoming an actor. The types of characters that I'm more suited for, kind of many roles that I have played already in the past. I've played a king, I've played a villain, I've played a doctor, I've played an uncle, I've played a father, I've played a teacher. So all those kind of types of characters, kind of like a typecast, kind of the leading man's best friend, or there's so many different types of plays or musicals out there, and every performance piece is different. So I consider myself a leading man in some shows and not so much other shows as well.
Over the rooftops, stepping time!
For me to rehearse a scene, the process would be kind of to journal the process of the character, kind of create a background of the character, to step into the character's shoes and stuff like that. So I kind of build on with a scene what happened before that scene, or what's happening in the scene, or what has to happen to the character later on in the scene. When I'm sick, like if head cold or kind of stuffed, there's so many different types of exercises for singers to work on, our kind of ginger and lemon, hot ginger and lemon. So I do that a lot as well when I'm sick, and kind of, even though if I am sick, I would still do a vocal warm-up or another vocal exercise that I do. I have like a vocal tube where I put the vocal tube into the bottle of water and blow bubbles and everything to expand on the breathing. So there is many exercises to be a singer and even to work if you're sick as well. The best advice I got from a colleague in theatre and performing would be kind of to relax, kind of take time out. Kind of meditation is huge. Meditation is so handy for everyone in life, but for an actor to kind of zone out. And also working in the past with a director, focusing on eye contact, kind of with the actor, being with the actor on stage, to focus on the actor, not to focus on the audience. So that's always stuck in my head. So every time if I'm going to perform or if I'm going to act, I need to sit down, relax, kind of go into my own headspace and to connect with the actor, the other actor or person that I'm performing alongside.
Chim chimney, chim chim, shari chim sharu.
Theatre in the past to now, it's a lot more kind of, there's so many more training opportunities available. I see a lot more people being involved in theatre compared to the past. There's so many people involved in theatre now, even storytellers and writers. They're bringing more theatre into their life, putting their stories on stage. So there's a lot more real life stories starting to develop on stage compared to years ago as well. And theatre is changing every day, like our generations are changing every day as well. So theatre and life, theatre goes with life, I think, as well. What did I learn from theatre is just who I am really, and the way I express myself, me as a person, that with friends I'm outgoing, I'm kind of bubbly, and I suppose growing up and being involved in theatre since a very young age, that has helped me kind of grow as a person. So theatre has made me grow, and I feel like the older I get, the more theatre that I do, it keeps me alive, keeps me changing. And I suppose me sticking and wanting to be in theatre every time when I go to see another performance or another theatre piece, that keeps me going and keeps the drive and keeps me in theatre. The funniest thing to happen to me on stage would have been like kind of pieces of costume falling off, or a mustache, or I remember one time many years ago in a production of Hello Dolly with the Sicilian Musical Society in Limerick. We were doing the big Hello Dolly number and we had to dance across the stage, and as we were going across the stage, my apron as part of the costume fell all the way down to my ankles, and I had to skip and shuffle out of the apron. So that's a moment I'll never forget. So the most important and most special play I've performed in so far was a part of my training. So as part of my 3 years in Dublin, in year 2, for the first time, and I never kind of done it in the past, was to be doing a William Shakespeare production. That was so challenging for me. It was so challenging because of William Shakespeare's language. I wasn't used to it, and it was a long process for me to understand the character, or to understand the whole piece in general. So that was the hardest challenging role that I have had so far in life, and it's a production and role I'll never forget. My biggest dream is to perform in London's West End theatre, like musical theatre, acting and acting in TV, acting on stage. Musical theatre is what I'm most passionate about. I'm a baritone vocalist, and there's so many baritone vocalist roles in musical theatre in London. And there's one character that I dream of playing, Javert. I've played it in an amateur production, but I would love to someday play that role in a professional West End standard production. For anyone in theatre, performing arts, to enjoy the process, do it. Like, you know, even in theatre growing up, I know so many people that aren't even in theatre anymore, but being involved in theatre has helped them, like if being a radio presenter or a lawyer or being a judge, like speaking in public. So kind of keep going. If you are in a different type of industry where you're needed to speak to the public, use theatre as a tool and platform for you to grow. Worthwhile if you just smile.